everybody's kind of getting what they need as much as possible without, yeah.
We're all about solutions here.
Yeah, all about solutions.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, do what you need to do.
The issue is going to be when the correspondents come to show questions too. We're going to have to try to keep the correspondents here if we can.
I'm great.
And then our stills friends. Where did Andy go? You're right there. Andy, what is going to...
This time, we'll have to talk about it.
Yeah, we'll figure this out. But, I mean, is there anything... Yeah. So, I mean, is this going to be okay for now? We'll figure it out for the future, but for today, okay. I think maybe as a rule we can have a discussion on our end as well for TV, what we can do for correspondent cuts and things like that.
All I know is when my people say, "Can you hook up live for cuts?"
Yeah.
I come and hook up live for cuts.
No, I got it.
So.
I want you to.
Well, maybe as a general rule, we'll try to go off of sticks on the sides or something, but we can.
I would say, bring it up with. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have a discussion.
My pay grade.
We'll have a chat. We'll have a separate chat, but here. I'll just hold this for folks.
Where'd you get it?
I got the 60.
What's the,
What did you get? What did you get?
No, I'll watch on the feed. I'll be fine. Thank you.
we could just do 56 pre.
Is everybody good on white balance?
Yes.
I'll go with the pre.
Who does this belong to?
That's for Nick.
You guys okay with for now where we are? Okay. All right. We'll chat later. Yeah.
I mean, Harnick, what are you shooting over here? I'm being serious. What are you shooting over here?
What I'm saying is usually this is we're able to float. Photographers, videographers.
Right.
We can float with a handheld. That way we can all move around, get
Right.
a shot, move around.
But if we're all on cables, we're not flowing.
When you got sticks and then a boom guy in front of you, like that, we're locked in.
Sure. So the issue is that you can't get up and move around.
Nobody can kind of roam around.
Well, I mean, we do have, like, Melissa's roaming around.
If you want to have a discussion about changing things, that's cool. But
Yeah. No.
Come out here the first time.
We all want to shoot them.
You got cuts cameras.
I'm not arguing. I'm just trying to understand what the issue is for you.
County the ladder.
We can figure it
I mean,
out.
before we move this, if it's too close.
No, I'm wireless too.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
All right, let's put a still photographer there.
I'm going to get out of the way so they can see better.
I'm not going to stand over there.
Yeah, they made those.
Typically, they'll see photographers and videographers handheld. That way we can all kind of work around each other. Move that way. Like this.
Yeah, I'm getting at it. Just because I got that. I go to the point is we're usually not on this. It's like 15 minutes between our house to the stage. There you go. And it is. I go out in LA. I don't go back to Hollywood.
schedules aren't set in stone.
Yeah. I agree.
Listen, yep. That fire's really up.
You want me to shoot? Yeah, right. Why?
That'd be great, Dave. Thanks. Appreciate it.
I'm just getting a
Camille,
picture.
you are repetitive. Actually, Dave, if you'll make some remarks, that would be
I could hear where she said.
I would love it, Dave. Love it. Yeah.
Would it be helpful to move this back even further for you guys or no at this point? Okay.
Closer is better.
Closer is better. Okay, great.
That's not good for me, though.
Get out of here.
Game day weekend.
How are you?
It's good.
Oh, yeah? Okay. So for the campus, with anybody? Okay. Still have fun stuff in okay. Okay. Put it out on
Being on the board, I'm on.
Well, no, I get that. I get
Play nice.
No, I get that.
I think, you know,
Why that?
Yeah, we're really on the same calendar here.
Easier. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
At 3. Grew up, went to school. 2. How many kids are in your class? Allegedly.
I think, yeah, 'cause I think with him, then you're in.
A lot of fun. Great to be here. No, I bounced around. You're a take over and they want to take a shot.
No, I appreciate. I want everybody to connect, right? Like that's what we need. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Really? I thought it was.
Okay. And his communication. Okay. Whenever it comes, it's always good to hear.
I don't know. Bigger full day. Could they come back Sunday? Come back Monday. Oh yeah, no, I think it would be. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be kind of a bummer.
Brian, it's like the old days. It's like old home week, right? Some people forget. think we figured it all out, Andy.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're just gonna stay here.
Sounds good.
Wherever you can get around here is. Where? Oh, we do. I'll just bring it inside, actually.
Alicia, there's a spot for you over here.
Oh, the white.
The white footstool is our spot.
Oh, that's our steps.
Here, give me the stool, just so that there's more space for other people too.
Yep. Hi, how are you?
Sarah, you want to put that stuff down?
No, I'll bring it. Sorry, you don't want anything. Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, back in. Ready? You want to give me that? Get it out of your way.
Oh no.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Are there other options?
Here.
Can't stay away. Not yet. We'll be ready. Hi, Bart. Why don't you do for 5 seconds?
start that way?
For a second. I saw that.
Got a couple of rounds. Hey, Anna, you have my signal? You guys see?
Hey guys, catch up.
Well, it was both a productive and an intense meeting. Productive meeting on the government shutdown. We are making good progress. We made it very clear. The Speaker said unequivocally he wants to avoid a government shutdown. We made it clear that that means not letting any of the government appropriations bills lapse, which means you need some CRs to get that done. But we're making good progress, and we're hopeful we can get this done really quickly. There are a little back and forth on different issues that different people want, but I don't think those are insurmountable. The fact that that we made it so clear that we can't have the shutdown because it hurts so many people in so many different ways, even for a short period, apparent in the room. And the Speaker did not reject that. He said he wants to avoid a government shutdown. So that was very heartening. The meeting on Ukraine was one of the most intense I have ever encountered in my many meetings in the Oval Office. The four of us all together led. First person to speak was Leader McConnell. Well, the five of us, the President, the Vice President, Leader McConnell, Leader Jeffries, and myself, made it so clear how vital this was to the United States. This was so important. And that we couldn't afford to wait a month or 2 months or 3 months because we would, in all likelihood, lose the war. NATO would be fractured at best. Allies would turn away from the United States, and the boldest leaders, the boldest autocrats of the world, the Putins, the Xis, the presidents of North Korea. I like the governor of North Carolina, actually. The presidents of North Korea and Iran, Wilton, thinking that the United States was this fat country that lost its way and would take advantage. And so we said to the speaker, get it done. I told him this is one of the moments, I said, I've been around here a long time. It's maybe 4 or 5 times that history is looking over your shoulder. And if you don't do the right thing, whatever the immediate politics are, you will regret it. I told him 2 years from now and every year after that. Because really it's in his hands. It's in his hands. We told him how important it was. It was passionate. I talked about my trip to Ukraine where I met soldiers who had Russian artillery in range with the drones they have, but had no ammunition to fire at them. We talked about 4 brigades who were ready to go, Ukrainian, no arms, and how serious the lack of arms was. And it was the consensus in that room, Zelensky and Ukraine will lose the war if we don't get the arms and don't get them quickly. The speaker brought up the border. We made it very clear to him that we want to do something real on border, and in fact, we Democrats in the Senate supported a border bill that very conservative groups, including the Border Patrol agents, the Wall Street Journal editorial page, and Chamber of Commerce were for, but said to hold up Ukraine, which as he admitted was a national imperative, because you can't do something else which we all should work on, was a non sequitur. There was no logic. There's a logic to solving the border. We want to solve it. But we have to do Ukraine right now because there's a weight that can get done quickly because that has broad bipartisan consensus, and the border takes some more work, which we'll be happy to work on to get it done, but not hold up the Ukraine bill for it.
Senator Schumer.
Let me first discussion to address the important challenges that are confronting the American people. It was an intense meeting, it was an honest meeting, and ultimately it was a productive meeting. We discussed 3 issues. First, the need to avoid a government shutdown and to fund the government so that we can address the needs of the American people in terms of their health, their safety, and their economic well-being. We are making real progress on the appropriations bills that are scheduled to lapse on March 1st, and I'm cautiously optimistic that we can do what is necessary within the next day or so to close down these bills and avoid a government shutdown. At the same time, it may be important to come to the pending expiration of the 8 additional bills that are scheduled to lapse on March 8th so that good faith, tough negotiations can continue in the absence of a government shutdown. Second, we discussed the urgent national security priorities of the American people as captured in the bipartisan, comprehensive, Senate-passed legislation. This is an existential moment for the free world as it relates to being there for our democratic allies in Ukraine, in Israel, and in the Indo-Pacific, and also at the same period of time making sure that we provide humanitarian assistance to Palestinian civilians who are in harm's way in Gaza or in other theaters of war through no fault of their own. Third, as Leader Schumer indicated, we had an open, an honest, and a candid, firm discussion about the border. We all agree that we have a broken immigration system and there is a need to address the challenges at the border in a thoughtful, bipartisan way. As Democrats, we support a safe, a strong, a secure, and a humane border. We just need our House Republican colleagues not to play politics and engage in political stunts relative to the border, but to sit down, as was done in the Senate, and enter into good faith discussions about fixing our broken immigration system. As Democrats, we stand ready to do just that.
Senator
Schumer, what made this meeting one of the most intense you've ever had?
The urgency of supporting Ukraine and the consequences to the people of America, to America's strength, if we don't do anything and don't do anything soon. I was so shaken by what I saw at the border. I was strengthened by the strength of Zelensky and the Ukrainian people and the Ukrainian soldiers, but shaken that here they are fighting without arms against a brutal dictator who will just do anything to kill them. And the intensity in that room was surprising to me. But because of the passion of the president, the vice president, Leader Jeffries, Leader McConnell, and myself, it was. And you know, Johnson tried to answer, and he made it clear he wants to do something on the border, but we made it clear to him we can't tarry or the war could be lost. And second, we wanted to do border and have a tough, secure border plan, as we Democrats showed in the Senate. But he can't say, I won't do Ukraine until we get border. He's tried to do border for 6 months and couldn't come up with a single Democratic vote.
But is that
That's enough. Next one. Next one. Yes.
Discuss border here. Is this a part of the discussion? Is there a legislative discussion as part of this, or is this still the Republican position?
We made it look.
That it has to be done through the White House.
Let me make it clear. We made the overwhelming sentiment in that meeting is we got to do Ukraine now. And there are other issues, including border, which we should address, but not now. And there was a discussion in the room that could you do border just by administrative action. I think Biden won that argument because he said you can't do it, we all said, without personnel. And you need legislation for personnel. And even the Republicans in the budget asked for more money for personnel at the border. So it was clear that we want to fix border, but it was also clear the Speaker didn't give a reason why you had to do one before you did the other. Thank you, everybody.
Pope Francis, Congressman Pope Francis on Sunday called for a, sir?
Thank you, leaders. You more or less optimistic about Ukraine?
Mike. Pope, Mike down. Pope.
Yeah, right there.
We were told by the fun way is just
Yeah, yeah.
and also not really you. It's only behind you.
Thank you. Thank you all for staying. We had a couple of meetings there. It was frank and honest. I think we need more frank and honest conversations on Capitol Hill, so I was happy to participate in this. We did that as a group, and then I had a one-on-one for a period of time with the President, just he and I in the Oval Office. Let me say this. When I showed up today, my purpose was to express what I believe is the obvious truth, and that is that we must take care of America's needs first. When you talk about America's needs, you have to talk first about our open border. I've been, I believe, in maybe 20-something states over the last several weeks, going around the country, appearing at events with my colleagues, and we're hearing from the American people of all parties and all persuasions in all cities and all states who feel this acutely. They understand the catastrophe at the border is affecting everyone, and it is top of mind for all the American people for that reason. So I brought that issue up repeatedly today in that room and again one-on-one with the President. I think that's our responsibility to bring that up. The other big priority for our country, of course, is the funding of our government. And we have been working in good faith around the clock every single day for months and weeks and over the last several days, quite literally around the clock, to get that job done. We're very optimistic. I hope that the other leaders came out here and told you the same. We believe that we can get to agreement on these issues and prevent a government shutdown, and that's our first responsibility. You also heard, I'm sure, that there was discussion about the supplemental spending package, and I was very clear with the President and all those in the room that the House is actively pursuing and investigating all the various options on that, and we will address that in a timely manner. But again, the first priority of the country is our border and making sure it's secure. I believe the President can take executive authority right now today to change that, And I told him that again today in person, as I've said to him many times, publicly and privately over the last several weeks. It's time for action. It is a catastrophe, and it must stop. And we will get the government funded, and we'll keep working on that. So we'll have more for you soon.
Does they change your mind on government funding that you pray?
For more money for budget?
It's always